Congressman Kinzinger joins us now. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What is your reaction to the censure, and what do you make of the different messaging coming out of the Republican Party and how that might impact things going forward towards the midterm?
Yeah, the censure itself doesn't bother me. I mean, censure's lost all meaning. I've been censured by, it's probably about a baker's dozen different GOP committees now, and now the RNC. And I think it shows that the RNC has lost its mind and it's lost its way. It shows that, people like Richard Porter, Demetri DeMonte, who were the committee man and committee woman for the GOP from Illinois, pushed this, voted for this, and that shows way more about them than me. So it doesn't bother me personally. I do fear and I am sad for the future of this country and this party because truth matters, and it's so obvious that there are many who are defending lies and conspiracy. And I got to tell you, self-governance doesn't have a future if that's the case.
Well, what do you see going forward if there is there a distinct split in people that are still following Donald Trump if he might run for re-election, and there's another alliance in the other direction, or are those numbers small?
I think certainly the truth tellers in the GOP are small. We are being outnumbered quite handsomely, if you will, by those that are pledged their loyalty to Donald Trump over the Constitution. So what's the future? I don't know. I think Mike Pence speaking out gives some people an off-ramp. I'll tell you this, there's no way that can be sustained. There's no way the lies and conspiracy can be sustained because a country can't sustain that. I think, if I was a lawmaker right now trying to sell the big lie, defending Donald Trump, I'd be very worried about what my kids in 5 or 10 years are going to think of me when they read about what I did. For me, I just had a new child about, 3.5 weeks ago. I just want to make him proud. I want to make the country proud. I want to do the right thing.
Congratulations on the birth of your son. Do you have a strategy to defeat pro-Trump candidates in the primaries?
Yeah, so I have this, the organization Country First, country1st.com. And we have over 100,000 members now. It's grown beyond my expectations, and I think it'll grow even more the next year. We're launching an effort called Primary First, and it's encouraging people in Republican districts. You're going to have a Republican representative. So disaffected Republicans, independents, and Democrats to show up and vote in those Republican primaries. It's made a difference. We're going to focus on some of those races because I've got to tell you, when only 5 or 10% of the country is picking your congressional representative, it's time to turn out and vote in primaries to make that difference.
You have announced that you're not running for re-election in your district. What are your plans? Anything in Illinois? Tell us.
Yeah.
Right now.
So, look, I'm going to finish out this term. I'll be happy when I'm done. It's been obviously a difficult few years, but I am going nowhere. I am going to continue and now broaden that fight against lies, against conspiracies, and against those that will stand in front of their constituents, their district, and tell them things they know are false, like the election was stolen or January 6th was no big deal. That's what I'm going to focus on. And if that leads to anything else in politics from an elected position, we'll see. But I am more and more committed, particularly after the RNC censure and seeing people like, Richard Porter, the national committeeman from Illinois. For that, you see how far we've slid and how far we've fallen.
Quick question on Russia. A Russian Navy moving in, 100,000 troops on the border. Is this something where there's just going to be this Russian presence there for months? Are we on the verge of a